Welcome back to Lenz Comic Corner, Classics Last Not Classic. This is episode number 828 and Doubleshot number 722. Two more volumes of Neil Gaiman's Sandman. First up is this really thick monster known as Volume 9, The Kindly One, collecting issues 57 to 69 of the series of Volume 2. This is a 13-part storyline that kind of, in a way, wraps up most of the series, and of course the following trade is basically the aftermath of what happens here. Yeah, there's a few characters aside from Morpheus himself plays a big role in these issues. Lila Hall, the wife of Hector Hall, who later became the third Dr. Fate, actually the fourth Dr. Fate, and who's also Hector himself is the son of Carter and Shira Hall, Hawkman and Hawker respectively, and of course their son. Her son Daniel plays a role in here, a very small, minor role. And, of course, Lady Death herself, Morpheus' sister, she plays a small role here as well. Yeah, this simply put, the storyline is the death of Morbius. Yeah, he dies in the finale of this storyline. Dies by holding his sister's hand, because his sister is basically death. Also in the storyline, baby Daniel Hall gets kidnapped, and then something very disgusting happens to him. What happens to him? Yeah, some demon puts him on a fire, and he gets burned to a crisp. A 2-year-old baby. Yeah, I am kind of glad they only show this image once, a couple times. They don't actually show the burning, because that would have been disgusting. Even Neil Gaiman would not go that far. Luckily enough, this kid he took over from Morpheus after Morpheus' death, became a new dream. Oh, by the way, those of you curious though, what the heck does it look like as New Dream? Let's see. He looks like... He looks like this. Yep, that's Daniel Hall, aka the Second Dream. Yeah. Yeah, and also... Lila is basically distraught. Apparently, she's not left her home in 3 years, because, of course, she spent 2 years living in another dimension with her late husband, who was actually killed in the second arc of the series by Morpheus. And he said, oh yeah, killing him was nothing. Yeah, and of course, later on, when he visited her, this was after Daniel was born, and he's the one who actually named the boy. Daniel. Not a bad name. And then, of course, by the end of this, now, Death herself shows up at the very end, and she wants to see Morpheus, and then, of course, she kind of, in a way, causes his death. Yeah, effectively killing off this character. Though this wouldn't be the last time Neil Gaiman would use this character. This character will also show up in Endless Hunters and Sandman Overture. Yep, this character popped up at least in 2 other miniseries. And that's it. Despite it being a good storyline, I'm going to give this roughly an 8.75 out of 10. The only reason why I don't give it a 9? Well, because of the baby burning. Yeah, the whole thing of killing off a baby. That's one thing that kind of turns me off of this thing. Though they kind of undo it at the very end, and he becomes new Sandman. But yeah, killing off a baby. Terrible idea, Neil Gaiman. Probably one of the dumbest things he's ever done for this series. And of course, we come to the finale for this. We come to the end of this particular trade series. Well, technically, it's the end, but there is still one other trade. This is called The Wake. This collects the last 6 issues of the volume. I should point out, though, this is not going to be the last trade review for this particular series. Excuse me. Aside from this one, the only books I can think of now, there's 3 other Sandman books left to go. There is the original volume that started with the Prelude and Nocturnals, Endless Nights, I think also Dream Hunters, and Sandman Overture, which is the last one that Neil Gaiman released. Now, that book was only released about 5 years ago. Yeah, it was actually about 6 years ago it was released. This, simply put, is the aftermath of that particular story. That's simply what these issues are. And there was also something that was talked about in the last trade, where Cain wants to bring back his dead brother. He's basically begging Morpheus, but Morpheus doesn't want anything to do with it. He's not interested in it. So he speaks to his successor, Daniel Hall, and he brings back Abel. No problem. Though they continue to fight anyways. Daniel himself has one final encounter with his mother. Yeah. And of course, he leaves her with his mark, so she would never be harmed ever again. Despite the fact Jeff Johns would undo this thing in his own series. Yeah, he has Layla Hall die toward the end of his JSA run. And of course, he also undoes the death of Hector Hall by resurrecting him and making him the new Dr. Fate. Probably one of the smartest decisions he ever made when he did the JSA. And of course, had them die toward the end of his run. Pretty much at the end of exactly end of his, well, when he did JSA before we launched as Justice Society American Flying 3. But yeah, fantastic. This is really good. No baby burning this one. This is actually a really good conclusion to this particular series. But here's kind of the thing. Not the end of Neil Gaiman's Sandman. I'm going to give this one roughly a 9.5 out of 10. It's really good. Not much for new to these issues, and one thing about Neil Gaiman I got praise, he doesn't really put a lot of swearing in his issues. No, he doesn't, surprisingly. I forgot to mention who does the artwork in these issues. Okay, for the first trade it is Mark Hempel, Richard Case, Dalazarelli, Teddy Kristen, Glenn Dillon, Charles Voss, Dean Armisen, and Kevin Nolan. That's who does Volume 9, the artist who does those. In the final one, it's Michael Zully, I think it's John J. Moth, and Charles Voss. Yep. Alright, so that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned, I'm doing another review right after this one, where I'm going to cover 2 Marvel trades, okay? But here's the next review. Bye.